Okay, we're doing something called, probably going to call this sort of 1 minute walks. They're going to be small walks around Walthamstow, maybe that I've done during the holidays. Today we're starting here because I've done this one a lot. Lots of the walks have started from here, which is in Becontree Avenue, which is just off Forest Road. So it's a good starting point. You've got a notice board telling you a bit about local history. Another thing that I've seen here is this monument. It's actually a monument to 3 firefighters who lost their life after a bomb hit, presumably a bomb hit here in 1941. Why? For me, it's poignant because I haven't really seen it before, and I feel bad about that. That's been here a long time. I've been on these walks before, but haven't really seen this. So lockdown has given me a chance to actually look closer what's around me, nature, things like this, and puts it in a bit of perspective. So just to the left of the board there, we go up this little path. You can go in from either way, but I choose this little path. Through there, people overtaking us. What's this guy doing? Looks like a footballer. No, well, no, he don't look like a footballer. I've done this nearly every day in bright sunshine. It actually looks like there's I can hear a bit of thunder in the background, but that's only going to add to the character of what we're doing. So over that way, footbridge, take it towards Hymes Park, Gypsy Stone. We'll be probably doing that tomorrow, showing you what that is. But through the forest and straight on gives you this, which is the circle. Okay, come to the circle, and it's been a really sort of popular recreational place for people, a restful place, hasn't been overpopulated. Remember here is that the first time I went out walking, I barely made the end of the street where you come in on the forest there. That's as far as I could get them back. Second day I got as far as I think where the signpost was. The next day I got to where the forest started. I think the next day I got once round here. The next day I did the whole of this walk we're going to do, so there was a general progression. Bear in mind, I'd never seen this before, really, hardly knew it was there. For me, it's amazing that this is in Walthamstow, and for the 15 years I've lived here, I've never really seen it. So kind of bear that in mind. It may not be great if you compare it to some of the great places in the world, but for me it's been a heaven sent during the lockdown period. 3/4 of a lap of the circle, and then you can see the ground drops away, and we're going to take this little path and show you where it ends up.
Oui, c'est vraiment très bien. C'est vraiment très bien de marcher dans la forêt. Ouais, ça fait vraiment plaisir. Ça fait vraiment plaisir parce que. What?
I'm going to have to put subtitles on it.
But sometimes I have to speak in French, you know?
How kids do Spanish?
Oh, yeah.
I dropped my earphones here the first time I did it and spent half an hour trying to pick them up, the little ones. Literally half an hour. And then I asked some guy who eventually came by, and he said, I'm not touching those with coronavirus around. I suppose he's got a point, but I'd like to think I might have found a way. Maybe scoop them up in a leaf or something. Okay, coming to the footbridge. Normally by now I've warmed up a little bit. Normally warmed up by the time I got here, or I should have, and normally a good place to do a little bit of stretching as we go on. I'm not sure my muscles stretch that much. Over the footbridge, the Thames water. I don't know how much that's used now. Certainly not the reservoir bit there, but I do like very retro the buildings. And I just love the style of those buildings. If it's not used for water, I'm sure it should be used for something, but probably a different thing. You come here to 2 paths. You can go straight on, that takes you through the forest and eventually to Hollow Ponds and Leytonstone. We're going to take the right hand track, and that will lead us towards some allotments and back around onto Forest Road. Little light rain now, but that's definitely not going to put us off. Hardly seen any of that in the last 12 weeks. And in the background there, you have a better view of the flats in Wood Street, which are probably half a mile away, but they seem like a million miles away, to be quite honest. Kind of envious about people who've got a little plot there, if I'm honest, because it seems like a safe place to go and forget about things. So I think they've been very popular. Got all the woodland behind. I say that leads eventually down to Hollow Ponds. Okay, this is sort of the last part of our walk that's worth showing. You've got Becontree Avenue opposite, so obviously we're just walking down there and we'll be back to the start. I think what's worth showing here is there's a little nursery that's been made out of one of the waterboard buildings, and again I like that, and I like that the reuse of those buildings. I think there's plenty of character about that nursery, and I like the way, if we can get Essien out of the way, there he is. We're United, Ivory Coast Youth International.
Yep.
Going cheap if anyone wants him. But I quite like here. You've got the Waltham Forest signs, etc. You've got the bridge there. Almost looks a bit more glamorous than probably what it is Walthamstow from this viewpoint. But sometimes you have to sort of search deep to get to the heart and soul of this town. So there's Becontree Avenue. That's the end of the walk. Hope you've enjoyed it. Maybe you'll try it.
It's cold as hell outside, and the truth begins. But Lord only knows now that I'm a